To Michael Bradley or Clint Dempsey, you can break them down.
Here's Marchisio again. He did go to the World Cup. There are a few who've survived. Of course, Chiellini would normally be in the starting lineup. Tonight he's on the bench. So too is Daniele Di Rossi. Just given him a little rest for this one. We might see him later. 6 substitutes allowed because it's a friendly. Might be all change in the second half. Motta nearly found the run of Maggio. Altidore. This is Nocerino, who scored against his old club for Milan at the weekend. Said he did it with rage in his heart. He thought Juventus hadn't been too kind to him, letting him go without explanation. As you can imagine, the Italian journalist gobbled that one up, that quote. All the talk was about that Sully Montari header that was definitely over the line, but not given.
You think?
For Milan. Well, line technology may be on the way. There's a big meeting coming up this weekend. Maybe we'll see some progress on that, a little belatedly, in my view.
It has to happen.
Barclays Premier League coverage continuing Saturday. Liverpool against Arsenal, cracking match from 7:30 AM. Presented by Sonosite on ESPN2 and ESPN3. Make sure you join us for that. Liverpool is getting their first trophy for 6 years, and Arsenal coming off that 5-goal win against Spurs. Cherundolo to Altidore. Needs it to stick, and it does. Good hold-up play. Scored 2 goals at the weekend on his return to the starting lineup for AZ Alkmaar. Shea. Nobody'd come to the near post for him there.
No, but that's better for Brek Shea. Often you see him take players one-on-one. It's all about the results from Brek Shea now. Got to see more crosses coming in the 18-yard box, taking players one-on-one, creating shots.
No look in for Mantley there. I think his energy levels are up again, aren't they, Brek Shea? Just looked a little tired, I thought, towards the back end of last season. He had a heavy year. Done very, very well for Dallas and was in the MLS Team of the Year and playing every game for Jurgen Klinsmann.
There's no doubt about it. It definitely caught up to him, and I think this year...
But that's okay, isn't it? His age, his stage.
That's part of growing up as a professional, and now the understanding of what last year was like. This year could be a big year for Brek.
Certainly will be at the Olympic Games, I'm pretty certain of that. Here's Marchisio. Really nice movement from the Italian side, who was such a washout at the World Cup. In common with England and France, of course. Knocked out at the group stage. Losing to Slovakia when it mattered most. Bradley, one for Altidore to chase. He's going to need, well, Dempsey usually to get up close to him for the United States to be super effective.
But I don't mind that run, Ian. Yeah, at some point, Josie's got to take a chance. He's up front by himself, get in behind. Because now the defender's thinking, he might be over my shoulder, then he can check, hold the ball up, and allow the midfield to get forward.
Did score a penalty, his first goal of the Klinsmann era in that excellent win. The United States had away to Slovenia in the fog of Ljubljana. Pirlo. And towards Giovinco's offside.
That is such a ridiculous ball from Pirlo.
He can land the ball on a dime, I'd say, from anywhere up to 50 yards.
Just makes it so easy. And look at this turn. Good eye from Fabian Johnson, but Giovinco's close. But Pirlo just turning those hips, dropping a 25-yard ball right over the top. Something special.
Here's Cesare Prandelli, the coach. 5 years with Fiorentina. He got them in the top 4 in Italy twice. I remember them beating Liverpool home and away in the Champions League.
And Ian, when you and I talked to last week with Giuseppe Rossi, he really talked about the sports psychology that he's brought to this Italian team, allowing the players to be more free and express themselves. It's almost as if the failures at the 2010 World Cup freed him up a little bit.
It's a different mentality. I think there was a lot of complacency in the World Cup performance under Marcello Lippi. Giovinco getting in behind again. They're going to have to watch him.
Yeah, he's not going to be offside too much. Bocanegra and Goodson have to have better communication there. Such a good little run right behind that back shoulder of Carlos Bocanegra. That's a nightmare for a center back to find.
Incidentally, the two central defenders who did very well in the recent January friendlies, Parkhurst and Cameron, they're both on the bench here. I think Zach Whitbread, who's a regular for Norwich City now, might be another player who'll be pushing for a place in the side. He's not in this particular squad. Tim Ream, not in the squad, is joined Bolton Wanderers in the English Premier League. So maybe the cupboard's not bare in that department. Bradley, fed by Altidore. Now Dempsey was in space too. Never arrived at him. Lot to like about some of the United States attacking work.
Yeah, love the combination play with Williams and Cherundolo down the right, Shea and Johnson. But it's the understanding with Dempsey, Bradley, and Adu in the middle, who's going to go forward and support, and who's going to stay, hold the ground in front of that back four.
Giovinco, great ball towards Matri, but he is offside. The flag went up once the ball arrived at him, and the referee's assistant is entitled to wait that long. Wait till he becomes active.
It's this dangerous run right behind. He's off a little bit.
But
again,
it's
that little run in behind that back four, Ian, that's causing problems.
Some very clever movement from the Italians. Here's Breck Shea again. Just hobbled away for a moment there. Seems to be all right, though. Pirlo again. A lot of raised eyebrows when AC Milan let him go to Juventus, and he's been superb for his new club, who are pushing Milan hard for the championship. There's only a point in it. Maybe Serie A is on its way back, the way their teams have been playing in the Champions League. Well, most of them anyway. Shea. Fabian Johnson, who looks like he might be quite a fine for Jurgen Klinsmann. Now Maurice Edu.
It's the left back position that everyone's wondering, but Fabian Johnson very comfortable going forward.
And he's a natural left footer as well.
He's played the last 4 games there for Hoffenheim in Germany. Looks very comfortable.
I thought he had a really good game in Slovenia, where they deployed him further forward on the left of a diamond in midfield.
And that was when they employed 2 center forwards. Either way, when you got a left foot the way Fabian does, there's a spot on the field for you.
Pirlo. Chipped up. Giovinco is offside again. But my goodness me, can't Pirlo see a pass?
I mean, just a tight spot. Clarence Goodson looked to keep Giovinco on, but even a better job from Edu to see the play out no matter what.
Altidore.
That's big time from Josie.
We'll be learning all the time.
Ian, it's a little thing, but that now allows the back four to push forward, get out of their own end, have a little bit of possession.
Which they've done quite nicely at times here. Can they find some end product to it? Steve Cherundolo joining in at right back. Now Danny Williams. Edu's got some space here. But that Italian defence is like Fort Knox. The best record of any team in Europe in qualifying, with only 2 conceded.
And they're supposedly on the downturn. Sure.
Well, it's been the story. It's a tale as old as time, Italian defending. I think they regard it as a personal insult if they concede a goal. They certainly will tonight. They'll take that attitude, and it's worth remembering the United States have only ever scored 4 goals in history in 10 games against Italy while conceding 32. It's not a flattering statistic, but all those kind of runs are there to be broken. Bradley to take it, Shea, and a half chance of a header. The attack is still alive. Bradley plays it in again, and in the end Marchisio is happy to whack it away. Michael Bradley was talking to us the other night and talking about the important for the United States team to have respect in Europe. I think they started to gain that respect all those years ago at Italia 90 when they held the host to 1-0 in the Stadio Olimpico. I was there that night, a tremendous performance.
It's also eyebrows. The, consistent times you get out of your group and show well in the World Cup.
And the goalkeeper, Tony Meola, today admitted to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him and Claudio Reyna. And one of the other players there, Desmond Armstrong, was on the admitted on the veterans ballot.
Well deserved. 2 idols of mine that I watched growing up. Great guys.
Marchisio looking to play a little 1-2 down this side. Giovinco, who's looked as bright as we'd heard. Now then, here's the opposite number 10, Clint Dempsey. Look at Bradley making that lung-bursting run from midfield. It's never found. Pity.
And that's the little thing. Josie Altidore has to be better. He's got to be strong. U.S. had numbers going forward.
Pirlo, Marchisio offside again. Matley still wants to put the ball in the back of the net, but the flag had been up a long, long time.
How often did we see this combination play at training yesterday? Pirlo from a deep position, just pulling off that back line, and Matri just timing his run a little too soon.
Caught offside for the 4th time, the Italian attack. But you'd have to say, with all the movement, they do look menacing.
It's that little run, Ian, that little dirty run from Marchisio that causes a problem.
Barzali, well won by Edu in midfield, and he's found Brek Shea here. Well, there we are again. Just a little lightning counter from the USA. Well played by Edu to win the ball in the first place.
Yeah, and even a better run from Brek Shea. Timing that run to stay on side, getting him behind. It's that quick counter. Italy's pushing those outside backs forward, and they catch them in those little seams.
Player down injured at Altidore. That's why Pirlo just